ever sit and wonder who the funniest animal is? Me neither, but let's find out. Yay, Casual Geographic time. Okay, we're going from sad toads to funny animals. Okay, let's see. I like funny animals. I don't know what's happening right here, but we'll figure it out. Let's see.
Show me someone who's never seen this with their eyes, and I'll show you a child that got
Me? I've never seen this with my eyes.
left behind. The school system's failing, and this is proof. Did you know the average kid in America doesn't know about this harmonizing homunculus? Arguably one of the greatest gifts nature ever gave. Yet they remain disrespected and unaccepted. Well, not today, you know. Someone has to stand up for this comic relief, rough draft, auditory onslaught of a primate, and you already know I will. I mean, that's a given. You're probably familiar with the great apes, but in case you're not, they include gorillas, chimps, bonobos, i.e. chimps with a different R rating, and this guy.
Oh my god.
Together, along with humans, they make
Wait, this is kind of cut off a little bit. Hold on. Why is this cut off? There we go. The great apes. Okay, all right. I know about some apes. All right. Yay, funny animals. I've seen this video as well, and he's not wrong when he says the funniest animals on the planet. I can't wait to get a giggle. I can't wait. I'm ready. Also, I think monkeys are just cute. I know there's like different variations, but okay. Great apes, monkeys. I just think they're neat. Okay.
up the Great Ape group. Great Ape. The name only an ape could come up with. But along the way, someone got snubbed, and this is actually live footage of it happening.
You are freaking
Great Apes.
plus Mark. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us.
Yeah, Gibbons got gatekept from the great ape lunch table. Science says it's because of their relatively smaller size, lower intelligence, ouch. And real talk, I think they're just too goofy for the other apes to want to be associated. But being tailless means Gibbons aren't monkeys either, and instead got classified as lesser apes. That's already flagrantly flippant, but there's about 20 species of lesser apes. They're all Gibbons. Apparently this drunk toddler of an ape was such an affront to the family, folks created an entirely new category to put them in and slapped them with the lesser label. Well, I'm gonna argue this tiger taunting, vocal cord flaunting, terminally trolling, usually barrel rolling primate might just be the prime ape. Now, to be fair, Gibbons are that one weird.
I see what he did there. They're the prime ape, the prime ape. You sly dog, you Casual Geographic.
In class. They're like the missing link between apes and monkeys, but if evolution went on a side quest. Gibbons break a lot of the rules of being an ape. They have low sexual dimorphism, meaning the males and females are about the same size. They don't build nests to sleep. They put in about as much effort as pigeons. They're monogamous, allegedly. We'll get to that. And they basically spend their entire lives in the trees. Could have sworn they let the O-ring slide for that, but that's none of my business. They're also anatomical anomalies with a wingspan worthy of an infringement lawsuit from Go-Go Gadget. We call them lesser, but let's be glad they're still.
They kind of do have really long arms, don't they? It's bigger than their body. Casual Geo's absolutely a poet. He's too good. He's too powerful.
Alive, because uncovering a fossil that could jump rope its own skeleton, that Jumanji junk would have put us in another pandemic. You don't realize how long a gibbon's arms are until, well, one, you get slapped by one, but also until you put them next to a person for scale. But having joints longer than a prohibition for Peter Griffin is great for one thing, and it's kind of the thing gibbons are known for. Like I said, gibbons are completely arboreal, and there's actually a name for how they get from A to B. Brachiate. Calling it monkey bars is an insult. If you did this as a kid, you were on gibbon timing. These branch-loving acrobats are the fastest things in the trees without wings. At 35 miles per hour, the tree goblin can brachiate fast enough to get pulled over in a school zone.
They swing at 35 miles per hour? Is that what he just said? What the? That's fast. Some naturally look angry and I find it funny. They're just little goobers. They're more the wow. They are one of the more disproportionate animals. Yeah, I don't think I would have noticed that if he didn't mention it, to be honest, because it's like, I didn't realize it. Could beat them in a tree race? I don't think so, Ram. I don't think so. Dudes be zooming? Yeah, they're fast. They're athletic. Yeah, imagine swinging that fast. That must be pretty fun, though. Imagine just, like, because I used to do monkey bars as a kid, but, like, doing it really slowly is exhausting. Imagine just like swing. It must almost feel like flying. As long as you obviously have good coordination and, you know, everything lasts fine. But yeah, that's cool.
And they'll yeet themselves up to 30 feet between trees. Forget a leap of faith, that's a leap of fortune. Specialized shoulders and wrists allow them to treat the jungle as their
Okay, I wouldn't do the leap of faith, but that's fair.
personal gym. It also helps that they're built like a CrossFit cryptid with the longest arms of any ape. If the average 5'4" woman adopted its build, she'd flex a 10'7" wingspan. And if you lived like one, you'd be parkouring off the cables of the Brooklyn Bridge. But they're not free from fall damage, and it's estimated most gibbons break a bone at some point in their lives. Gets even crazier when you realize mothers will pull these stunts with a whole baby in tow. And speaking of babies, you know how we always say,
Oh, look how cute the baby is, though. Oh my gosh. I just want to squish his little face. Oh my god.
animals use play as preparation for the life they'll live. Baby gibbons will not only learn to brachiate by chasing each other through the trees, they'll also intentionally let go of branches to catch themselves. But what even makes gibbons play a lifelong game of floor is lava? Well, like orangutans, they realize it's way safer to have your ops be gravity and time than touch tiger country downstairs and get murked by a feline. Because gibbons would rather run away than run a Gibbons are actually extremely territorial, and that, along with them having a 99 agility stat, is how you get the only.
Okay, but because they move so fast, I could see them messing around and playing with Ty. I could 100% see that. The baby's even more gangly. They're so cute. So they also do backflips while pregnant. They do. Did you see it moving there? It was just like hanging onto its stomach and it was just vibing. So if Euro was a gibbon, she'd have a 6-foot wingspan. Noted. I knew someone was going to mention that. I'm taller than 5'4", though. Thank you very much. Remember the parkour trend? These apes are the final boss. They started parkour. Can't change my mind. They started it.
Animal alive that can vibe check a tiger and live to do it twice. Technically, it's mobbing behavior meant to drive away a predator using the power of parkour, but the execution makes them move like Spider-Man minus morale. They're morale-less, but the only miles is how far they can drive a stripe delete button crazy. Show me a great ape that can taunt a tiger. Many have tried. Most have died. A whole apex predator and twig ninja just ear-pulled them like a delinquent. And they don't play favorites. Gibbons have also been recorded harassing clouded leopards getting too close, although I'm pretty sure that one was trying to sleep and got hit with a long arm of audacity. Because if you think they only use their powers for protection, gibbons are the most unapologetic trolls in the animal kingdom. We told them they're the great ape's little brother, and now they done made it their personality. No other way to explain this. Porcupines are.
Look how okay. I know they were saying like they're sort of little guys, but look how fast they move. They literally are the definition of parkour. Like he grabbed the dog's tail, ran, swang back around, grabbed the dog again, and probably would still be able to get away. Don't pull the tail. Oh my god, small cat with arms longer than her. Hello. Just for fun. Literally, they're just here for the game. They're like, oh, you're in my territory. I'm just gonna mess around with you. It literally does look like Looney Tunes. That's exactly what I was thinking. I just didn't have the words for it. 100%. They're professional rage. They're the original trolls and parkour. Can't change my mind.
Better protected against lions than versus a tree-happy instigator. Even a so-called great ape can end up looking pretty stupid around a lesser. Gibbons are an impulsive thought come to life. They don't think it, they just do it. Fun fact, this is the Memphis Zoo, that's Ringo, and they even warn you to stay off the glass because he'll literally injure himself trying to jump scare you. You know nature made you cracked when you're the only mammal alive that can go band for band with a cat. With zero regard for feline rights, you've never seen a cat this outmatched.
Oh no. They would get me. They would get me. They mess with cats too. Oh no.
And they'll easily play Matador with your dog. I love it because there's no scientific reason for them to be like this other than gibbons are all about the dickery. Except with mice. You know, put a mouse in front of them and things suddenly stop being funny. But with arms like that, they'll always keep it humorous. But there is one animal that forms the most unlikely friendship with them. Or maybe not. Because on paper, gibbons and orangutans actually have a lot in common. They live in the same area code, they're both for the trees, and orangutan actually translates to man of the forest. At the same time, some, like the Hulak gibbon, have been affectionately nicknamed the little man of the forest. But their personalities are so opposite, they honestly belong in a buddy comedy. Gibbons are hyper-athletic, flyweight, and the fastest moving animals in the trees. Orangs are the largest, the mascots of stoicism, and yo, I swear they could talk, they just don't want to deal with taxes. Polar opposites, yet time and time again, wild gibbons and orangutans have been caught playing with each other. I like to think the fact that they don't compete for the same foods means they don't really have a reason to have beef, and a lot of.
That's kind of cute though. It's kind of adorable. People have to have exotic animal license, own them, I believe, because they could be pets. I don't think I'd want to keep up with this monkey though. It's way too fast. You would need like an entire forest to get all their energy out, and 2, just let them be. I feel like it's not fair for them to be pets. I mean, I know they're in zoos and stuff, but like the amount of energy and how fast they go, they need a big area. Fuen-shaped? I think they are Fuen-shaped. Yeah, I can't believe a single mouse stops the greatest trolls. Oh, hold on. Shortcake's on my computer.
Yeah, she wants to.
Shortcake, no. No, thank you. I don't need hair in my computer. Thank you. Shortcake, you want a monkey friend? Yeah? You want a monkey friend? No, I don't think you do. You'd be bothered. Cute little bromance? Yeah, it's like, look how cute they are. Give it a whole forest and be happy? Yeah, it's when I kind of feel like it needs a whole forest. But imagine going through your house doing chores while a gibbon hangs on to you like you're its mom. Yeah, but it wants to run around. It's not just gonna sit there, and it's not gonna be like a, you know, like a pet, lap pet. At the seeing this video again makes me wonder what we'd do if they saw a crocodile on land. I don't think they'd have to compete for land because tigers and different types of cats can maybe climb some of the trees, but I don't know. I feel like the monkeys would be really fast. Crocodiles are fast, but they're not that fast.
Zoos will actually assign them together as roommates. Another reason orangutans are chill like that. If gibbons suddenly get accepted into the Great Ape Club, I think you know who pulled the strings for them. And you think orangs would find a sentient sugar rush annoying, and that gibbons might find Bigfoot's understudy intimidating. But not only do they play with each other, they even trust each other with their own children. Orangs have quite the obsession with baby gibbons, and gibbons really be rocking with an
Okay, they're kind of real for that though. They're so cute. Look at them.
infant Cheeto ape. There's even one gibbon in the Brookfield Zoo that'll leave his enclosure just to visit the orangutans next door. But there's at least one other ape gibbons bond with. In some places, wild gibbons will actually become habituated with humans to the point where they'll regularly drop by and groom their favorites. Galia was a Hula gibbon who was famous because every day, she'd come down from the trees, hobble over to the locals, and provide a free hour-long salon service, starting with Bhupeshwar Ningda, the man who protected her as an orphan.
That's precious. Oh, stop. Okay, well, at least we know they get along with humans too, but still, I want them to have all that space for climbing and everything.
It hits different when you realize grooming is how gibbons reinforce social bonds in a family. Now, it is bittersweet since it likely took her entire actual family getting put on a shirt for her to get to that point, and we'll get back to that. But I'd say that's pretty damn great for a lesser ape. Even dogs aren't immune to a gibbon act of goodwill. And now that you're familiar with them, I think we
Yeah, as an orphan. Yeah, I saw them drop that. Oh, I heard them drop it rather. Oh no.
can go ahead and meet all the types of gibbons, or as many as my attention span will allow. This is a Siamang. They're the heavyweights of the gibbons at a whopping 30 pounds. They're the ones with that throat scrub, or as I like to call it, the chesticle.
The chesticle. Well, I get the impression gibbons are the definition of the zoomies, except for when they're cleaning you. But yeah, 100%. Same vibes. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, to get to this point, orphan. Oh, at least I got adopted parents. Yeah, and it seems like they're doing well, but that still makes me sad. Wild animal could be tame around humans, but let them remain free and sometimes visit them. Yeah, I mean, the guy said that, saved the monkey, so that's fair. Chesticle. Now we're learning about the chesticle. It reminds me of frogs. You know how frogs have like that, the same thing where it grows when they croak and then it shrinks? It just looks like a frog.
It's a pouch that works like an amplifier to broadcast their call.
Oh.
Clearly nature had an off day when it spawned a frog monkey that looks like one of Ben's 10. As much as I like them, this would be terrifying to have fly over your head. It's a reminder that even the comic relief of the apes could scramble your face if they really wanted to. But I think nature knew it animated Slenderman's shadow a little too well, because it went ahead and gave them the most unserious vocal stim you've ever heard. This is a
That was something that I came and explained what that was. It sounds like one of those like clown horn things that someone was just spamming. Really like the sounds. I know Monster Hunter, the Monster Hunter Great Jagged makes noises from Gibbon. True. Monster Hunter mentioned. Let's go. Sounds like a squeak toy. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a squeak toy. Imagine being surrounded by it and waking up at like 3 in the morning to a sound like that and just being like,
northern white-cheeked gibbon, which definitely, for sure, is not venom, no matter how hard you try to perceive otherwise. And in case you're curious, the babies are all born white. After about a year or two, they turn black. The males stay that way, but the females eventually revert back to their cream colorway, proving the once widely accepted scientific theory wrong. You can go back. This is a Skywalker gibbon, and yes, they were discovered in 2017 by a group of scientists who apparently love Star Wars that much. The namesake of Luke was found in Myanmar, Southeast Asia, and it's believed there's less than 200 of them. But they're not as bad as the Hainan gibbon, which isn't just the rarest ape, but one of the mammals closest to getting discontinued, with less than 40 of them.
No! 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 Bring them back! They're cute! Of course, the name from Star Wars. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
The thing is, it used to be worse. They went from a couple thousand in the 1950s to where you could count on both hands how many were left by the 70s. Again, we got the Hulak gibbon. I like their face. The Silvery gibbon. I like their hair. Good thing they max out.
They have some nice hair. Not gonna lie. They kind of look almost like not real. They go back as diabolical. I know he said that and I was like, ooh. They're kind of cute looking though. They look like, they literally look like they're not real. They look like a doll. 40, that's a non-exact sustainable gene pool. Yeah, we need to save the monkeys. Uncle Eero like ape. Okay, true though. I wouldn't have noticed that if I didn't say it, but true.
At 2 feet, any taller we'd be having Yeti conversations. And lastly, the pileated gibbon, because in my opinion, they have the coolest call.
Ooh.
Now at this
Okay, that almost sounded like water drops, but like a water drop remix, like something that like Skrillex would take and be like bloop 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 bloop. That was a really cool sound though. One person also named a species of their bee after their pet dog. I've heard about that. They look like something you'll see in an old history museum. Yeah, it's kind of cool looking though. It literally looked like someone tried to like make a puppet of the monkey or something. If they're really specific about a breeding program, the numbers could be brought up. I mean, bringing attention to it, so maybe Bangarang. Yeah, did it kind of sound like that, like a remix?
At this point, you might be wondering, why do gibbons call at all? Well, that's the second thing they're known for. The reason for it, well, you have a lock on your door, some have a gate, but gibbons, nah, they mark territory off straight. It's actually the same reason male lions roar, to tell outsiders that they best keep it that way. Except gibbons will often do it as a duet, and sometimes they'll get the kids involved and make it a family matter. And they'll usually do it in the crotch of dawn, and if you live next to a zoo with gibbons, you've definitely heard it. And remember, they're territorial, so if you hoot back at them, you might just end up going band for band with a broadcasting tree siren. Hey, yeah.
So don't copy them. Okay, well, okay, that's good to know. It's a sound a bit old movies use for forest scenes. Yeah, I was gonna say, you hear those a lot in the background. Okay, I can hear a ball bouncing too. What do you mean, lock the gate? I scream to mark my enemies too. Really, Rum? Really? Voices are fascinating like that. In music, a popular claim is that the most versatile instrument we have is our vocal cords. Well, yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I think it's so interesting how they communicate. It's obviously very different from our language, but not gonna lie, I will sometimes make the sounds gibbons make, because despite that being their way of claiming territory, it's still fun to try as long as you're at your own house. Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I was like, ooh, ooh. It's just really cool. It's such a unique sound.
Post-production cashier, don't do that. Not only will you offend him, it's like showing teeth to a gorilla, but gibbons are capable of doing something about it. In 2011, a gibbon escaped a Malaysian zoo after being taunted and severely mauled a child, and while I will spare you all the details, I will say his mom had to carry pieces of his thigh in a plastic bag. The odds are low, but they're not zero. So yeah, best keep the singing to the gibbons.
Okay, noted. Do anywhere you hear those sounds, do not repeat them. Do not repeat them. Oh, okay. Good thing we're safe at home. Okay. Me stealing bars from a gibbon. Yo, bro, your body meat, I'm gonna bite you. No, they're very territorial. Don't copy them. Don't copy them. Reel it back. Reel it back.
Big deal for them. They spent actual years of their lives perfecting it. It's very much giving albatross marriage dance. In some species, Mama Gibbon will help her daughters practice with their version of singing lessons, where the daughter tries to match her mother's pitch. For male gibbons, they learn by imitating the male figures around them. After years in the lab, they're able to come together and make the sound you've heard in every movie's jungle scene ever. There's something about the fact that males and females spend years perfecting their songs, and when they do come together, the songs just fit each other perfectly. These duets become a verbal vow renewal as the songs help reinforce their pair bond. And that's—
Oh, that's so cute. They like sing together. Oh man, monkey see, monkey do. In this case, don't do it. Agreed. Do not do it. Do not copy the loud monkey. They will wreck you. They will mess up your day. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm safe behind a screen and a nice sturdy wall of my house. Well, they said in, like, the zoo, if you copy them, they'll, like, smack into the Gibbons will. They'll smack into the glass to try and, like, spook you, so. Very territorial myself. I don't think I want to mess with them, though. Word to the wise, do not try to emulate wild animals' territorial calls in the other territory. Yeah, exactly. So if you hear them, just be like, nope. Nope, not gonna do it. Human see, human don't. Yep, can't do it. Nope, don't do it.
The third thing gibbons are known for. They're the only apes that are monogamous. Can you imagine a gibbon seeing another gibbon and just making it work? No other ape, not gorillas, chimps, definitely not bonobos. And you know most humans ain't about that. Entanglements be damned. Except, yeah, about that. So the whole monogamy thing came from researchers watching a group and witnessing a couple only getting active with each other. Except what they didn't realize was by being around these gibbons constantly, the gibbons eventually got used to the people and would get way closer than they usually would. The problem is the other gibbons that weren't as chill with humans would see this and treat the human habituated gibbons like the plague and avoid them at all costs. Honestly, good for them. But if gibbons do mess around on their partners, the researchers basically block them from doing it. Also, any cheater can look loyal for the weeks or months the researchers spent watching them. So, Brian Bolombit decided to study a gibbon family for 6 years, and this time, instead of habituating themselves to just one pair, pretty much all the groups in the area were habituated, meaning they could truly study gibbon free will. And when I tell you it was Real Housewives of Indonesia out there, I'm gonna tell you a story, but it will get messy, so I'm gonna need you to lock in or you will get lost. So it starts with 2 gibbon families. Each one had a sub-adult, basically a teenager, and one had a teenage male and the other a teenage girl. And we're still talking about gibbons. Both teenagers left their respective families, got together, and found a new territory to live in. And that's when stuff got weird. Because the teenage guy gibbon also had 2 younger juvenile brothers, and for reasons beyond me, they moved in with Big Bro and his girl. To Palombi, that was already cause to pause, but it got wicked once the adult male from the female gibbon's original group, i.e. her father, disappeared. Because apparently a parent in past tense is a canon event. Well, with a sudden power vacuum, guess who filled in? Yeah, the same sub-adult male along with his baby brothers all moved into the female's group, and the teenager took his girl's dad's place. He then just moved—
Wait, what? This is crazy. And they got all observed this? That's, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, keep going.
Back and forth between the 2 spots, meaning Mans was monkey branching from his original girl to her mother. And in what's a lot more common than you might think, the mother and daughter had serious beef, and when things finally got too hot and the male had to pick a side, he chose the mother and fully moved in. The mom would have a baby that was likely fathered by her daughter's ex. As for the sub-adult daughter, that was the last time Palombit saw her. If there's a moral in this story, one way or another, Gibbons gonna find a way to swing. There was also that time one
drama. Yeah, that was a story. Holy, it almost seemed not even real the way he was telling it, because it was like, oh, this went there, and then Jerry Springer Gibbons. Yeah, they're like, oh, they're monogamous. They sing together. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. And it's like, just kidding. Except there's one story where, oh my gosh, the teen Gibbon decided to swing from his girlfriend to her mother just because the dad disappeared forever. I mean, the fact that it's not unheard of in humans makes me sad. I feel like it's more common in humans. Because it says they're mostly monogamous, but I mean, I guess if something happens, and so are my brothers on them also. Yeah, there's kind of a little monkey drama. A little, can't say I was expecting that, that's for sure.
The Kujukushima Zoo in Nagasaki had people questioning everything after 12-year-old Momo got pregnant while being housed with exactly 0 men. They thought it was an immaculate conception. Folks thought she spawned Gibbon Jesus, until they did a DNA test and found the father was 34-year-old Ito, who thankfully was also a Gibbon.
They scared me there for a minute, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, I was like, immaculate conception? What the? Okay, alright. Yeah, like humans, mostly monogamous. Yeah, a lot of us have their own form of drama. It's just weird to think about it. This one's crazy. That was insane. Oh my gosh.
Still had no idea how they did the do, until they found a 9mm hole in a steel plate between enclosures. That's 9mm. He really wanted that glory. Whole time we call them lesser when really we're not that much better than Gibbons. I don't care what the literature says, they're great to me. Especially since we've probably done Gibbons dirtier than any other ape. Remember Kalia? Well, not only did she lose her family, but after a kid taunted her with a slingshot and she finally bit back, the boy's father came after her with a shovel and she lost her life. This kind of thing
No. Oh man. Most of monogamous is now you think want to hear from your partner. Exactly. Imagine if I could talk, imagine the drama we would hear it. That that one story, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, this is getting sad now. It went from funny to drama to now I'm sad.
Actually happens a lot to gibbons. Not only do they get their homes knocked down and trees removed, a lot of times they get reduced to pets. It's to the point where virtually every gibbon is flirting with extinction. In fact, some like the hyena might as well be in bed with it. I don't like ending the video like this, but I feel like gibbons being so overlooked makes it that much easier for the atrocities against them to get buried. And if we don't lock in and spread the word, nature's one-man comedy special will be canceled in our lifetime. But then again, does it not make sense for the comic relief to have the most tragic backstory? At the end of the day, gibbons prove that you might not be a great ape, but you're still a great ape. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, support your local gibbons, and one last thing to take home. But this is important. Always remember to...
No, don't do this. Don't do this. Okay, well, it went from silly little monkeys to oh my gosh drama to oh no this is sad to oh gosh this was really sad. Sad she lost her life because people can't understand they teach their kids not to disrespect nature. Yeah, I understand why he ended on that way, but it's still really sad. Animal habitats deserve to be protected. They really do. That makes me so upset. Oh, poor monkeys. All right. Well, I mean, it was cute in the beginning and they're still cute. And wait, is there more at the end? Wait, hold on. False alarm. There's a little bit more. Let's see if there's just anything else. Maybe something cute at the end. Monkey. Terrifying.
Okay, fine. I'll do the thing, right? And I'll see y'all in the next one. Sit back now. Video ain't over. I really bought this shirt specifically for this video just to realize y'all can even see the whole thing. So, there. Now I'll see y'all in the next one.
That is a banger shirt. Oh my... no, more parts. Stop. That is a really cool shirt. There's a little baby gibbon. Oh. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any recommendations for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below.